So, the new FNAF movie trailer came out. The new FNAF 2 trailer 2 released. I was wrong with my assumption. I had my own release date theory. Let me see if I can find it. I had the theory that the trailer should have released on. What is even the point of having a camera if you can't read anything on it? I had the theory that it was going to release November 12th because it's November 12th, 1987, but it didn't. But yeah, the FNAF 2 movie trailer, I'm going to show a little clips up from it here in a second, but I just want to talk about it right now. It does not seem like Charlie 87 is going to be in the movie timeline. I know that I've had quite the heel turn and recently have begun to really support Charlie 87, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be in the movie universe. Um, but there is potentiality for MCI 87. We'll get into that later when we see Henry in this trailer, finally.
So you wanna tell me about your bad dreams?
It's always the same.
Your dad.
Well, it seems that we were right in our assumptions that the Scooby-Doo hallway was indeed a dream sequence, but it also bears striking resemblance to the Plush Wrap hallway. Speaking of FNAF 4, they solve the box in this trailer.
We're never gonna be able to move forward until you deal with some of the mess you left in your head.
In the next scene, Vanessa pulls out a box from her closet, and it has a bunch of mementos from her past. Literally repressed memories, things that are better left forgotten for now.
Everyone called it an accident.
I'm so happy. Do you know how I have felt like a madman navigating through this fandom where so many people, at least the people I've interacted with, think that Charlie was stabbed outside of Freddy's or Fredbear's? I felt more insane then than that time they locked me in the rubber room with rats.
But it wasn't until years later when those 5 children went missing that I knew she was murdered by him.
Question: if the MCI happens in 1985 in the movie universe, and Charlie dies in 1983 in the movie universe, why would he call it years later? Now, the years later comment makes it so that Charlie and the MCI cannot happen in the same year, and it says that the MCI cannot happen before Charlie. I don't really consider 2 years to be years. I gotta keep remembering. I don't really consider 2 years to be years later. The first FNAF movie came out 2 years ago, October 26, 2023, because I watched it on Peacock. That's not years ago. That's not years ago. That's 2 years ago. That's basically yesterday in the grand scheme of things. Because MCI 87 is canon in the movie universe, that's right. I'm back on my bullshit. MCI 87, baby. Charlie has white and black sleeves, or white and black stripes on her sleeves. Okay, you can't make fun of me for misspeaking. It is currently 39 minutes into the new day. Okay, it's very early. Charlie has black and white stripes on her sleeves, same place they're on the puppet. I'm going to treat this as loop theory because I am tired of people acting like a franchise, a multiverse, where stories of ghosts looping over and over and over again. That loop theories are so outlandish. Is it true? Probably not. She probably just wears that design anyway, but I think that it is also likely that the puppet is, or Charlie inside the puppet is reliving these memories, as you often do with traumatic flashbacks. I see that truck hitting me every time I'm on the road. But as Charlie inside the puppet is reliving that memory, okay? I feel like the Joker. And then But then, like, as the memory ends, or the flashback ends, she just turns back into the puppet. Now, you might say, well, that's different than the other loop theories, and you're right. Arnold looping through the agony of the dead technicians, and Dave looping through the, Dave looping through his entire, pre-afterlife is not the same thing as, oh, I'm just saying Charlie's having a flashback. But I think that the imagery of it being the puppet and on her sleeves, and her falling down in the same, like, on knees, bent over pose that the shadow puppet is in FNAF 3. I just realized that right now. You know, maybe it's puppet victim evidence. I don't know. To further add on to the whole Vanessa's hallucinated and all theory, later in the pizzeria, we hear what sounds like William Afton's voice saying, "Where are you gonna run to?"
Where are you gonna run to?
And Vanessa quickly snaps over to look at Mike, telling me that Vanessa was the only one that heard it. Also get a glimpse of the Wizards in their full glory. Which, somewhere else in the trailer, we also see a schematic for Freddy 3.0, which people drew comparisons between that and the classic Freddy that we saw in FNAF 1, which means that if there were 3 versions of Freddy, well, that could potentially mean you have classic Freddy, toy Freddy, and unwithered Freddy. I have always been a strong aesthetic supporter of the unwithereds. I really like the concept of them, okay? I think it's stupid that you could have the classic design, go to the wither design, then back to the classic design. I think that it is a much simpler story. If you have the unwithers exist, they become withered due to some shenanigans, and then the spare parts from the unwithereds go to the classics, which classics might need a new name, but the spare parts from the unwithereds go to the classics. Spare parts from the withers never go to the toys. They would be so simple. Just never put the spare parts in the toys. Okay. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
They want with my sister.
Everybody, go back and make sure you saw the puppet hands on the ceiling, okay? It's very important. Here, we'll go back. Go put a red circle around it. Don't worry, I got you.
They want half of this town will be dead by morning.
Say that.
Oh, wait, he said morning? Never mind, joke around. So, those were all the moments from the FNAF 2 trailer that I wanted to talk about. Obviously, I mean, I have an interest in MCI 87 anyway right now. I don't believe it, but I think that MCI 85 is like the default. But I think MCI 87 would be interesting. I keep feeling something like there's a lot of tension in my spine, and I keep feeling like something's pressing on me. I should probably get that looked at. Never mind. Solved it. That's all I wanted to talk about for the FNAF 2 trailer right now. I have to go to sleep. Remember, don't have a good day. Have a great day.